The tension at the border reaching a boiling point as protesters and politicians demand change. Marcus Moore is there on the ground for us in McAllen, Texas, and has the latest. Good morning, Marcus.
Well, Robin, good morning to you. I'm just outside the Border Patrol's busiest processing center in the region, and over the weekend we were allowed to go inside to look at the operation where more than 1,000 people are being held. This place, along with several others, the focus of growing protests.
Immigrants are welcome here.
This morning, outrage over the Trump administration's zero-tolerance policy for undocumented immigrants and asylum seekers is growing.
We're duly elected members of Congress. We're entitled to come in and visit these prisoners.
From New Jersey, where 7 congressmen demanded entry into this detention center.
Today, Father's Day, we spoke to fathers whose children have been ripped from their arms, who have no idea when or if they will see their children again.
The people, united, will never be divided.
To the U.S.-Mexico border, protesters marching by the hundreds outside a facility near El Paso. And farther south in McAllen, where more than 1,000 detainees, men, women, and children, are being held temporarily. In these images released by the Department of Homeland Security, you can see the sprawling array of fenced-in cells and bare floors.
I just don't think that this should be happening, and something has to be done.
Amidst the furor over increased border enforcement and, in some cases, family separations.
There is no policy to separate family. The zero-tolerance policy is intended to deter people from breaking the law. Adults, if they are accompanied by a child, that child is temporarily separated from them as they go through a judicial process.
And former Trump chief strategist Steve Bannon pushing the White House agenda on this week.
The morality is the law. They're criminals when they come across, okay, illegally, and that's why they're getting separated.
Yet this morning, the voices of dissent not wavering outside these walls or on social media. Singer John Legend responding to a Father's Day tweet by House Speaker Paul Ryan, writing, "Reunite the families at the border, and we can talk about Father's Day." This morning, thousands remain in custody, including the most innocent, the children caught in the middle of an adult fight.
And this morning, immigration officials are arguing that any of the temporary family separations that have happened are no different than when an American citizen is accused of a crime and is going through the judicial process. Robin.
Well, Marcus, as you know, being inside that center, we've heard about all the different rules, such as the detainees cannot be held or touched. We're talking about children. Even if they're crying, they can't be held or touched, which is very hard for people to hear. And we're hearing from the Department of Homeland Security Secretary is responding and giving the administration's response this morning, Marcus?
Yeah, that's right, Robin. She sent out a tweet. Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen sent out a tweet saying, quote, "We do not have a policy of separating families at the border, period." Robin.
All right, Marcus, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.